We will be shortly joined by Honorable Minister Shri Pratap Chandra Sarangi, Minister of State, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, Government of India, for the inaugural address. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have joined by Honorable Minister Shri Pratap Chandra Sarangi, Minister of State, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, Government of India. And I once again welcome on digital dais Mr. Takio Konishi, Country Director, Asian Development Bank, Mr. Junaid Kamal Ahmed, Country Director, India, World Bank, Ms. Rekha Sethi, Director General, All India Management Association, and Dr. Raj Agrawal, Director, All India Management Association. With this, I invite Ms. Rekha Sethi, DG IMA, to kindly welcome the Minister.
Good afternoon, Honorable Minister Shri Pratap Chandra Sarangi ji, the Honorable Minister for Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises. A very warm welcome to you to the IMA's 6th Procurement Summit. Allow me to introduce you to the other participants in the inaugural session. May I introduce you to Mr. Junaid Kamal Ahmed, Country Director, India, the World Bank. Mr. Ahmed, would you like to acknowledge the Minister?
It's a pleasure and honor, Honorable Minister. We look forward to hearing your views. Thank you.
May I also introduce Mr. Takio Konishi, Country Director, Asian Development Bank, who has just taken over this position last year. Mr. Konishi, would you like to say a few words to the Minister?
Thank you very much for allowing me. It's been a great honor to be joining here today, and we look forward to hearing your opening remarks. So thank you.
I'm also joined by my colleague, Dr. Raj Agrawal. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be with you again since morning at this very, very special session where we have the Honorable Minister of State for MSMEs. Honorable Minister, it is a privilege to have you with us, and many, many thanks for agreeing to be the chief guest at the summit. As the Minister of State for MSMEs, you have a very important role in the running of the MSMEs in the country, and you are leading one of the most important ministries in the country. The COVID crisis has highlighted the importance of the MSME sector to the national economy, and procurement activities of the government have really helped the MSME sector a lot going forward. The MSME sector makes up nearly 1/3 of India's GDP, 45% of the manufacturing output, and 50% of its exports. Your ministry has made a vital contribution to the government's efforts to protect and revive the economy during the crisis. The government has not only helped the MSME sector with relief in loans and cash availability, but it has also enabled the MSMEs to scale up substantially, which would make them even bigger players in the public procurement economy. You're personally passionate about the welfare of the MSMEs as you have strong links with the grassroots economy. You have been involved with the social movements of Vishwa Hindu Parishad and Rashtriya Swamsevak Sangh, and you have been a key leader of the Bajrang Dal in Odisha. We look forward to the government continuing its excellent job in dealing with the COVID crisis, and we hope that it will restore confidence in the economy and bring back jobs. I must thank our partners, the Ministry of Finance, Government of India, the World Bank, and the Asian Development Bank for their strong support for our continuing work in the area of procurement, and especially in helping us organize the summit today. This summit is a great opportunity to learn from the experts and also from each other. I'm confident that over the many sessions of this exchange, all of us will acquire new insights into procurement management for the post-COVID period. With these words, it is my honor to request Shri Pratap Chandra Sarangi to deliver his inaugural address. Thank you.
Mr. Harish Pati Singhania, President of IMA, and Vice Chairman and Managing Director, JK Paper Limited. Ms. Rekha Sethi, Director General IMA. Mr. Junaid Kamal Ahmed, Country Director, India, World Bank. Mr. Takio Konishi, Country Director, Asian Development Bank. Dr. Raj Agrawal, Director, All India Management Association. And all the dignitaries and experts who are connected with this digital platform. I congratulate you all. I offer you my heartfelt thanks for having invited me to share my ideas with you. I simultaneously beg pardon to for my inability to appear in time owing to my busy schedule, as I have two review meetings in MSME ministry and in the Ministry of Fisheries General Husbandry and Dairying. It's a very novel idea to organize such a seminar, and this will create a special ecosystem to favor our entrepreneurs, our rural artisans, and our economy also. The whole world is facing such a big challenge, and management institutions like you are coming forward to create a very beautiful ecosystem. Management is very essential in every field, in our life, in our personal life, national life, in art, science, and in family, in industries, in schools, colleges, universities, business houses, everywhere. Management is quite essential. The art and science of management should go simultaneously. The whole world economy, social life, and health was adversely affected by the global pandemic COVID-19. India cannot be an exception to it. And this crisis has disturbed our economic and social life. Our economy, health sector suffered an unprecedented crisis, unprecedented loss due to this global pandemic. Governments were compelled to take up many life-saving measures, although taking in consideration of this vastness of humanity, it may not be sufficient. Due to continuous lockdown, the world over, many social, economic, and political activities were cancelled, collapsed. But government gave many importance to life and then economy. Our Honorable Prime Minister, during this pandemic, during this period of hopelessness, infused the spirit of enthusiasm, optimism, hope, and aspiration among the people of our country. And he encouraged them to face this problem very boldly. He said, "Jaan hai to jahan hai." First life, then livelihood. But gradually it appeared that Corona will continue for a longer period. So, our Honorable Prime Minister told, "Jaan bhi hai, jahan bhi hai." He announced many Garib Kalyan packages, and simultaneously he also announced many packages to boost our economy. For our economic revival, he announced 20 lakh crore package at the first time, then second and third time also he announced. Procurement can be a big boost to the economy in such a serious crisis. It will create more demand. It will encourage the supply chain and decentralize the resources. Government around the world have announced economic revival measures. And in this field, procurement has an important role. And until such possible support results in the reversal of shrinking economy, the liquidity of business must be safeguarded by the companies themselves. The Union Budget for 2021 was presented recently, and procurement was a key component of the budget. Typically, government procurement aids up to nearly 20%, 20 to 30% of the country's GDP and almost half of the government budget. That makes procurement central to policy making and execution as well as democracy. Public procurement plays a very important and powerful role in everyday lives, as it helps in the creation of both social and economic infrastructure like roads, schools, bridges, hospitals, drinking water, sanitation, etc. This is quite relevant from the studies which reflect that a substantial amount of budget allocation is done towards public procurement by all sectors like railways, defense, health, telecommunication. Procurement can build resilient bridges between companies and can not only be cost effective but also lead to exponential growth, especially in the emerging market of India. It acts as a key for effectiveness and global competitiveness. The fact that public procurement system in India accounts for roughly 20 to 30% of the country's GDP The importance of having an effective public procurement system can never be understated. Given the magnitude of procurement-related government spending in the national budget, the government has realized the significance of reforms in public procurement policy, as it plays a greater role in overall good governance reform initiatives. The government is very much committed to introducing procurement-related reforms, since this could keep increasing efficiency, effectiveness, and productivity in public spending. The Public Procurement Policy for Micro and Small Enterprises Order 2012 has mandated that every central ministry, department, PSU shall set an annual goal for procurement from the MSC sector at the beginning of the year to achieve an overall procurement goal of a minimum 25% of the total annual procurement, out of which 3% will be purchased from women entrepreneurs, women organizations, and 4% out of this 25% to be procured from the MSC owned by SC/ST entrepreneurs. Special provision for micro and small enterprises owned by women out of the total annual procurement from micro and small enterprises would be minimum 3%. We have also reserved 350 items exclusively for procurement from MSMEs. My ministry has MSME Sambandh, a public procurement policy monitoring portal, sharing fact sheets about public procurement by central public sector enterprises. The GEM portal introduced the Udyog Aadhaar self-facilitated registration to promote MSME sector in India and help MSMEs to get better business opportunities in just a few clicks with minimal marketing and advertisement expenses. Now, because due to this global pandemic corona, world trade fairs or exhibitions are not possible. So e-market access is the only alternative. It should be widely advertised. Now with the help of the GEM portal, even the smallest entrepreneurs are able to sell their products to the government. Logically, that will also create a new job for India's youth. Environmental and health are also of important consideration for the government. It is using the procurement lever to promote the reduction of pollution and waste in manufacturing and services. This corona has taught us many things. During this corona, we could realize that the biggest destroyer, murderer of this beautiful nature and this biodiversity are not the tigers, elephants, or lions. Man, the greatest creation of God, is the biggest destroyer of this biodiversity. And so, arrest the man and the natural dance, we could see it. So now, how to arrest man? Men should develop human qualities, manliness in it. We are spoiling this nature very cruelly, brutally, mercilessly by cutting trees, throwing in the wastewaters of the industries in the rivers and creating pollution all around through construction and everything else. This should be stopped. There should be a reasonable approach to this biodiversity, and we should have a loving relationship with this. Because in nature, everything is interconnected. We need oxygen for our survival, and plants need carbon dioxide for their survival. So we are tied up with each other. A single atom of this universe cannot move without dragging the whole universe in its wake. The government is using public procurement policy to forward the Make in India program. So we need a sustainable development model. The local manufacturing and services are favored in government procurement so that there are more opportunities for private investment and job creation. We need development, but not at the cost of this nature. We need development, but there should be a sustainable development. Such an ecosystem should be developed, and this development model should be eco-friendly. An indirect but related step in improving public procurement and service delivery is removing administrative corruption. The government has undertaken election.
But clearly, the Honorable Minister's connection between MSME and procurement system, very important. The whole MSME system very much is driven by the nature of the procurement system. And in fact,
Absolutely.
a lot of the MSME in the informal sector are getting procurement from the formal sector, but the payments have not come in. So government's ability to put them on a tread is very important.
Yes, absolutely.
Am
Welcome back.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
So during this Corona, we learned that the importance of ecology and environment, and how using our brainlessness, our non-thinking carelessness, how irresponsibly we have been behaving with this nature. Very cruelly and brutally and mercilessly we have been killing this nature and biodiversity. So we have to develop such a sensible feeling towards the nature, because it is essential for our own survival as well as for the survival of this beautiful nature and biodiversity. Everything is interconnected, and a single atom of this world cannot move without dragging the whole universe in its wake. Government is using public procurement policy to power Make in India program too. An indirect but related step in improving public procurement and service delivery is removing administrative corruption. The government has undertaken election funding reforms to ensure that political events do not intrude into procurement and public services. Rent restriction has been a major pain point in governance, and that must be checked to improve citizen satisfaction levels. The Finance Ministry has proposed electoral bonds to free government procurement and service delivery from extraneous considerations. Ultimately, the economic growth of the country depends on achieving a credible and clean system that people receive the expected services from the government transparently and predictably. And when that happens, people happily contribute to collective spending. Due to pandemic, everything planned for 2020 and perhaps 2021, majorly concerning with global procurement and supply chain landscape, has been upended by COVID-19. The calibration of strategies by the companies is being done to save on costs, drive value, surmount disruption, and build agility and resilience. Surrounded by this volatility, procurement and supply chain teams need to explore more on new methods of procurement, focus on dispute and conflict resolution arising especially due to pandemic, and work on automation of the entire procurement process to survive and sustain in these tough times ahead. So far as MSME is concerned, we have developed many portals like Samadhan and Champions to settle disputes and to give proper opportunity for our champions to evolve. With the digital revolution happening under the supervision and guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister, procurement and supply chain management will act as a key driver for success. The real paradigm shift will happen if the entire complex supply chain is integrated across multiple companies and countries. For this, the role of procurement will fundamentally change. The transformation will require most of the headcounts today to be automated and fulfilled by electronic solution. Digitalization and technology upgradation paves the way for a greater and sustainable model of procurement. We need a platform like the Global Procurement Summit provided by IMA with the support of Government of India and World Bank, where policymakers, practitioners, the academia and researchers as well as international development partners come together and are involved in the dialogue to make this transformation possible and hence lead to efficient and effective procurement. I remember the great stanza from the Rig Veda where our rishis says Shangachadvam, Shangvadadvam, Shangvo Manangsi Janatam, Deva Bhagam Yatha Purve Samjanana Vasate. हमारा आचार विचार और उच्चार इसको समान होना चाहिए जैसा कि देवता gods achieved wealth and luxury during our ancient period by having this coordination. So we need a complete coordinated approach to this problem, and with our determination, firm resolve and coordination, we can win over the situation. our great Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji, gave a clarion call for Atmanirbhar Bharat, and prescribed a methodology to achieve this great end. That is vocal for local product with global outreach. We should be self-dependent. We discovered that during this corona, we were very much dependent on other countries. We are importing 78% bamboo sticks from China and 21% from Vietnam for our dhoop industry, incense industry. Not a single PP kit was manufactured in India. Now we are exporting PP kits, and import from China has already been stopped. We are also preparing bamboo sticks, and import from China has already been stopped. So we should take a strong resolve to capture the domestic market first. Then you can proceed for the world market. In the year 1700, our contribution to the world GDP was 25%. And before 1000 years, our contribution to the world trade and commerce was nearly 98%. Now we can imagine how precarious our condition has been. And a nation which sends raw material to foreign countries and purchases furnished goods is a baby in the field of industry. We should add value here. Culture and is industry. So we should add value here. We should make such programs so that everything is processed here. Now government has declared many packages for small industries. 3 lakh crore automatic loan, collateral free for standard accounts, and 20,000 crore loans through subordinate debt fund to stressed accounts, those who have been declared NP also, and for healthy accounts. But although their track record was very good, but due to this corona, their supply chain has been disturbed, production stopped, consumption stopped. For restructuring their units, government has declared a 50,000 crore fund of funds, out of which 10,000 crore will be given by Government of India as a corpus fund, mother fund, and through market, through equity infusion from markets, 40,000 crore will be collected as a daughter fund, so that these institutions can be revised, rejuvenated. Besides that, government has many policy transformation. Prior to this corona pandemic, all our government procurements mostly were captured by foreign players, but now government has prohibited them to participate in any tender of Government of India procurement up to 200 crores, so that Indian MSMEs, Indian industries, Indian business houses will be benefited by that. Like that, many measures have been taken by the government, and also the government is very keen in making India a hub for Indian manufacturing, a manufacturing hub in the world, and many foreign partners are being invited, and Government of India has created a very favorable ecosystem for them to survive and grow. And also many small industries, small businesses are being promoted, starting from street vendors to micro industries. Government is providing many types of support, financial and technical, and market access also. So now all should join their hands together, and you people who are having expertise in this field of marketing and procurement, you should also join hands with the different government and private agencies and provide handholding support to our small business houses, small artisans, and small industrialists, so that they can do their best for this national economic rejuvenation. And, I hope that sooner such a bright period is coming. We are living in the darkest night before dawn, and through young entrepreneurs, artisans, exports, technical export like you, India will soon reach a national goal fixed by our Honorable Prime Minister of this reaching a $5 trillion economy. I am quite optimistic that you are going to shine like bright stars in Indian horizon. With this, I conclude.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for a wonderful speech to all of us. I think you beautifully brought out the journey India has had in the last 1 year of the pandemic, from Jaan Hai, Jahan Hai to Jaan Bhi or Jahan Bhi. Our Honorable Prime Minister has a strong focus on Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family, and we can see that in the way India has come forward to provide vaccines to its neighbors and to the other countries who are in need. IMA has as you can see, has got a strong focus on procurement, and we also have a strong focus on medium, small and micro industries. We have a separate division which looks after this sector, and we would be delighted to work with the ministry to, as you suggested, to, sensitize more small industries on the importance of procurement. And I would here urge our partners, ADB and World Bank, to join hands with us and work with the Ministry of MSME in sensitizing these companies. And perhaps, Mr. Ahmed and Mr. Konishi would like to add their words of thanks and way forward before we end today.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Minister. The role that MSMEs are playing and will play in India for the growth of the country, and very much that MSMEs are a very important bridge into the global value chain, as shown by the way the MSMEs responded to the needs of the PPE post the COVID appearance. We in the World Bank, along with our multilateral partners, are investing in the MSME program. During the COVID crisis itself, we have put in close to $1 billion in the whole MSME program. And we're right now, even as we speak, Honorable Minister, with your ministry, we are putting together a $500 million program for MSME directly. In fact, the Secretary and Joint Secretary are currently working on it, and we hope to take it to our board in the next week or so. So there's a real commitment to the vision that you have laid out on the role of MSME in the growth of the country. And of course, improving the procurement system so that MSMEs are not discriminated, but actually enabled by government's procurement system is the focus of the work that we're doing and the support that we're getting from IMA in this process. So thank you very much. And I want to also thank IMA for continuing the global event. And we look forward to your support to continue to build the capacity in India. Thank you.
Mr. Konishi?
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister, and thank you very much for very eloquently put wisdom in sharing with us. Just like our partner World Bank, and we are also engaged with Ministry of MSME, and we are in the process of results-based lending program of the 250 million at this current time. Of course, during the last year, MSME sector has been hit hard, and we hope that our contribution will kind of uplift and, shall we say, bring back the revitalizing of the MSME sector to contribute greatly into the Indian economy. So with this, I do thank the facilitation and invite for us to be able to speak with you and with engaging through this global summit. Thank you very much.
With these words, I'd like to thank you once again, Honorable Minister, and thank you for making this summit even more special by joining us today. Thank you. Namaste.